Namaste, beautiful souls. Whew, things are heating up in our world. I woke up this morning and the angels said it's building up, and then on the 8th of July, there's something that's going to happen, and it's like a release of all the buildup. So I go, okay, angels, well, I want to share this with others. What is it that that can support others? Because you know me. I see this world as a wonderful dance. I see it for what it really is. That we are consciousness, we are God oneness, we are light being. And we are having a human experience. We are having this dream, and I know this because I've done the work where I've had to go through dark night of the soul and face every shadow, and I still do. I'm still human. I still got to go through it, and just feels a bit peaceful at the moment for me personally, but I'm feeling it for the collective. So I'm deeply understanding what everyone's going through, because what happens with me is, because I do the work, meaning maintaining awareness of the mind, the lower mind, and its cravings or aversions and what it does, and then I observe it. The awareness dissolves it through observing it. And so I empty, and as I empty, I am able to really sense and feel what it's like to be you, to be the collective. And so there is no Natalie here. There's just a oneness, and we are all one, and we're in this together. So I'm really feeling it for the world right now. And with that, I want you to know that sensitivity is a gift. It means you're alive. It means you can sense your way and experience your way through the world. But not to then judge yourself if you're not sensitive. Whatever you are and however you perceive the world is divinely perfect, because consciousness, the oneness, doesn't want to experience itself the same. It wants to have unique experiences. And so you are a unique experience. And so do not compare yourself to anyone else. You are divinely perfect the way you are, and you are needed the way you are. And so with that, you can then notice that, okay, that person is very sensitive, and I've got something else. I'm gifted in another way. I have an inner strength. I'm self-sufficient. I'm able to hold space for people. Actually, right now, share in our community. What is your gift that you bring to the world? And if you're not sure, then take a deep breath in right now and ask your soul, what is my gift? What am I bringing to the world? How do I experience this world? How you experience this world is your gift. Yeah? And then right now in the comments, write in the community how you're experiencing this world and what your gift is. And while we're talking about all these energies, we've got the solstice on the 21st. So I'm going to channel the angels about what they're saying about the solstice. Waves of peace, divine peace are coming with this solstice energy. So at the same time as you are all releasing and letting go of older energies, you are also being held in the most divine, loving waves of peace. On the 21st, dear ones, dedicate some time to sitting in nature, and you will sense these waves of deep peace, and you will feel at home in the oneness. We invite you to feel the waves of peace right now. waves of gentle peace are available to you. So just take a moment to feel that and be with it. Yeah. I feel like I'm going in all sorts of directions, and I know I've written down some notes, but the angels are taking me off, so I've got to go. So it's about the sensitivity and honoring your sensitivity. Because you are alive, it means you are alive. And then if you don't feel, so you don't feel in the body, then pay attention to your other senses: smell, taste, sight, vision, either open eyes or closed, hearing, knowing, and inner knowing. You have got a sense that is active, more active than your other senses. You are experiencing life on earth in your unique way. And that fulfills your soul purpose. Because soul purpose is, the core of soul purpose is that consciousness, oneness, God gets to experience itself as separate individuals and expressions. That's core soul purpose. And then there's layers of different purpose, which is a different purpose in every moment. The purpose is whatever you're having an experience of, moment by moment by moment. So really honoring you, where you're at, and how you experience life on earth. This is what the angels want to bring in for you. And so what I'm seeing with this collective energy is that things are getting a little bit more wild. So examples are, there's a lot of heat in the earth that wants to come out. So there's a lot of volcanoes erupting. There's a lot of tectonic plates moving. I can feel it. I can feel under the ocean. Oh, and it feels throat chakra. It's like what we go through individually, we all on some level have kept ourselves small and like undeserving, or like not fully recognizing ourselves. There are some levels and layers that we are not recognizing. We are not running at the full expansion of the creator that we are. And so the earth's mirroring that. It's like being kept small, and now it's starting to move out, which is good, because then it's stuff also moving out of us. So you might feel energies like a ball of energy releasing from your throat chakra. You might feel things in your stomach, your digestion, because we're starting to move things out. So even going to the toilet more often, that's a sign of you are releasing. Other ways of releasing is that you might be crying, or you might be just needing to actually take quiet time for you, because the outside world is releasing so much that it's doing enough of the work. And so you get to then rest in peace. Many of you might be feeling, oh, I'm in a lull. I'm having a wonderful, peaceful time. You know, the collective feels the majority of it, but not all of us, because you might have already done the work. So if you're not feeling the collective, it's because you've already worked on that. And so you might be going and venturing and experiencing something else. It's just coming through really strongly to the angels are saying, please do not compare yourself to anyone else. They really want you to hear that today. So that feels very important. Okay, so then back to, how we're seeing this releasing energy. We're seeing it with Trump. We're seeing it with other presidents and being shown. And we're also then seeing it, so we're seeing it in many countries where prime ministers and presidents are like speaking up quite strongly, like there's the stuff that's being released. Then we're seeing it in collective with groups of people standing up for what they believe in their heart, and so that's happening. And then we're seeing war war building and building. So there's a lot of, can you feel this? There's a lot going on in our outer world that's like building up, of building up to this crescendo, and then they're talking about the 8th of July. So I mean, that could change because the timelines change when you change your mind, you change your emotions, you change your timeline. That is your personal direct effect on yourself. It happens collectively as well. But as it stands right now, it feels like we're building up to something, releasing some great, profound, massive release, which is always a good thing because it means we're getting rid of some old stuff. And then we get to float in after, the afterglow, after you've had a messy cry, after you felt so emotional, you've released, you feel lighter. And that's it. So we're building up and we're letting go. So use this time to release, to let go of things that, just this morning, there was a residue pattern that I noticed in my own mind. Let me see if I can find it because I feel like this will be very useful for you. I found it. My mind said, that's not true, to some great AI thing that's been talked about now. And then I was like, okay, that's interesting. And then later on, my mind said about something else. It was like, that's not true. And so then I said, hey, that's the second time you're saying that's not true. You're clinging to familiarity. You're clinging to what you know, and you're not letting the expression of Natalie and the full mind expand because you're judging things as not true, but actually it's all true. It's all mind-made. It's all come through the imagination. Just run wild with it. Let it all be true. Come on, expand. And so I had to speak to my mind like that. And it's just interesting. So I feel like for you, that's going to help you. So stay aware of your own mind and notice where it's restricting you, where it's clinging to what it's familiar with. And just love it and hold it and bless it, but recognize it and say, hey, I catch you out on that. You're clinging. Come on, we're here to expand. And this is how we work with the mind. So just downloading more information here. Okay. All right, so this great releasing time right now, surges, releases. Our sun is massively active right now. There are solar flares releasing. So yeah, we're in a beautiful cycle of massive. I'm not gonna stay in what I have been. I am letting go of the old. I am making more space for the light that I am. And then, going another step further, I honor, acknowledge, and recognize the creative light that I am. Like I am creating this reality. So have a look at this. Whatever you filter in, whatever you allow into your reality, then becomes a part of your reality. So if I decide, okay, tomorrow I'm just going to do nothing else but meditate, then what is in my reality? Only meditation. Only that which is already in my mind. So I'll be observing my mind. I'll be sitting in quiet. That's what my reality would be. So then say you choose, okay, today my reality is going to be, I'm not going to watch anything on YouTube, not even Natalie. I'm going to just dedicate time for myself. I'm going to do a full 24 hours. And there you get to really become more self-aware. The awareness focus on the self and you're not distracted. And there you can activate your intuition. You can hear the lower mind chattering and all its things, but you can also connect with the higher mind, your soul. And so you that's going to show you what your reality is, okay? Then you could decide, okay, on Friday I am going to choose what I'm focusing on, like very consciously. So I'm going to do one meditation. I'm going to give myself Reiki. I'm going to speak to 5 friends, and I'm going to eat like everything that's grown and that's been touched by the sun and grown in nature, and let's see how that feels for me. Then that becomes your reality. Or you could focus like my mom. I called her the other day. She was devastated. She was crying. She's like, I'm so upset about the war, people dying and all of this. And that was her reality. In that moment, she was so focused on that. Like, it was devastating and it was lowering her frequency. And then just a call with me and me just being loving and supportive raised her frequency. And then her mind was no longer focused on that. It opened to focus on everything, because this reality has the dark and the light at the same time. The polarity comes in at the same time. So as much as there is war, there is also massive spiritual awakening and growth. And, everything is in divine perfection. It's unfolding as it's meant to. And it's really helping us individually and collectively to release, so that we come and stand in the most amazing light that we are. Okay, so that feels like everything. My brain, I can just tell you, when I channel, my brain does something very interesting. So I can then feel in my brain when the angels are happy with what they've managed to bring through, very present in the moment. So all of this that I've channeled through is like present in the moment, channeling, and then I get a sense in my brain that it feels like a whole. Like, okay, I've gotten through all the messages that they're wanting to bring through in the moment. Now I'm allowed to go and read what they had brought through this morning. So, we're definitely releasing throat chakra stuff. Who's feeling that? Write in the comments, let me know. Good. This means when we release from the throat chakra, it means we get more comfortable speaking our truth, being who we are, allowing ourselves to be seen, allowing ourselves to shine, releasing blocks, releasing being small, shining. So they said, this is when I woke up, they said, things are heating up in the earth, things are erupting with people, with the earth, with the sun, and on the 8th of July, we're letting you know that it's standing out as like a climax of, we've done it. These energies, then they were telling me to share with you, these energy updates, they give you an understanding. And when you have an understanding, it means you hold compassion. So when you understand why things are happening in your world, for you, why you're experiencing all these things, these emotional outbursts and what's going on in your world, then you have more compassion for yourself. The same goes for what's happening out there in the world. When you have an understanding, oh, wow, we're going through major release. Okay, then with understanding, there are codes of light, of compassion held in the quality of understanding. So by understanding what's happening energetically, you are more gentler and kind with yourself. And qualities like patience start to naturally arise. And then they become a part of your nature. So this is all what's happening over these next few weeks. Yeah, so just staying aware of where the mind is wanting to hold on to the familiar, and gently guide your mind through being comfortable with letting go of the familiar, and it's okay to also be in the unknown, and that it's okay to not know and to sense and feel your way through with whatever sense is stronger for you. I don't know why they want me to bring this up, but they're saying this, so I will. Okay, it's very interesting. I was shown that I'm going to leave this world when I'm 84 years old. So that's going to be almost 40 something years, like soon, 40 years from now. And so it's interesting because it's a feeling of, I feel like I've got a long time still to live, and also I feel like I've got like a finite time, like I kind of know. And what I notice with myself and my skin is that I look my age, and I'm in my 40s, and so I feel like my skin is really aging, really aging. And so what I did was I asked my soul, I asked, how can I help my body with this aging process? I really accept it and love it. It's interesting to watch what's happening. But is there anything my body's lacking or it needs? Because I mean, I live off fruits and vegetables, like off things off the tree. And so I live off smoothies and juices. So there's not enough protein coming in. And so all of a sudden, I get this image of biting a chicken bone and eating the cartilage. So I messaged my sister-in-law, who's incredible. She does, she works, she is doing stuff with like working with how to bring up children in the most like truthful, real way, and it's like incorporates diet and food and like what's really good for you. And so she said, "Oh, Natalie, what you're needing is chicken broth." So just adding things into the diet to support the body, and then the message that's coming in for you around this is that we are all unique and our bodies are unique, and we all need different things. And not to judge another for what they consume, and not to judge yourself for what you need, but to really recognize and give yourself space to connect to your body, because through your body you can connect to your soul, and your soul has all the wisdom. Your soul knows all the answers. Like you, inside there, you, the soul, knows everything. You don't need me or another teacher to tell you anything. You just need to practice connecting with your soul through meditation, through go and do my series called Growth and Meditation series. Go and do that, do each of those videos, and you will start to release that which stands in the way of you hearing and feeling your soul. And I will also do a Feed Your Soul group called Intuition and Angels and Intuition, where I'm going to help you to develop your intuition and connect with the angels. I've been working on it, and good news, I have worked on the holistic healing course, so it's complete, and I don't know yet when I'll be offering it, but you can email me if you're interested in the Angels and Intuition workshop or the holistic healing course, because I'll write your names down in the waiting list, so that when I do offer it, then you're the first to know. So really getting to know yourself through meditation, through presence, calling your awareness back into the present moment. And as you get to know yourself, your intuition develops, and you can really trust it. And then you get to know what foods you need, what your body needs, and we're all so different. Like this is so I'm teaching Reiki Masters Holistic Healer, which is my big course. I'm teaching next week, Monday to Friday. It's 3 hours a day, and you can join the live or the recordings. And we go deep. It's Reiki Masters, so you have to have done level 1 and 2, but you could have done level 1 and 2 with another teacher. It's totally fine. You can still join. I'm going to close entry into joining on Sunday morning, my morning, in Central Time, Nicaragua. So if you do want to join, please sign up before the Sunday, because Monday we begin the course. And so in this deep training, I share about the elements. Now, we are all made up of the 5 elements: air, space, water, fire, earth. Okay, we've got them all. But some of us have more like fire and water, and some of us have more air and space. And so for me, I have a lot of air and space. When I was growing up, I actually had a lot more fire and water, but it changes. So it also changes. So I teach this part of the Reiki master, part of the holistic healing part of the course. So when I teach the holistic healer in the future, you'll be learning about the elements. And then when you understand what elements you have, then you grow a deeper understanding of what foods you need. Like for example, like for me, it's best that I don't eat after sunset because my body can't digest. I don't have enough fire. So eat smaller meals and all this kind of thing. It's so important to get to know ourselves. This is why I teach Reiki. This is why I teach holistic healing. This is why I teach you all, and I come here and I share with the angels, because I want you to be empowered in a holistic way to actually know how to support yourself. Like I'm doing now, with this chicken broth that I'm now drinking, and now, I can feel like, I can actually feel because I could feel my body was it was losing its elasticity on the skin, but also the joints, because it wasn't nourished enough. We need to nourish ourselves in so many different ways. So the angels just said I needed to give that example. So I'm sure that's going to help you all a lot. Okay, let's see. I'll just say now, while we're talking about Reiki, that below I include all the links for you to read up about all the different courses that I offer and share. And every 11th of the month, I do a group session, which you're very welcome to join. I have a really well-known psychic who works with animals. She can even kind of sense when someone's going to die. Her name's Julie Ryan. She's my guest on the 11th of July. So that's going to be at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time. So you're welcome to sign up and join. It's $11 for that one. I just like to keep that a lower price so that everyone can join. And on the 1st of July, I have the final sacred circle. So it's the last sacred circle for until the angels tell me to run it again, or guide me to run it again. Sacred circles are 1 hour live session with me where I channel deep meditation. You can ask me questions, I'll channel answers, and I channel messages from the angels. And that feels like everything. So I just really want to go into this right now. I also have a really good question that I'm going to answer. So what the angels want you to know. So 2 things here that I need to share with you today is emotions are layered, okay? They are layered. So one moment you might feel anger, and often anger is the element of fire. It's burning, it's hot. It like clouds you over and you only see fire in that moment when you're angry. But most of the time, anger is hiding a very, very sensitive, vulnerable emotion of embarrassment, shame, fear, not feeling good enough. That's it. So if you have an outburst of anger, notice the anger and say, "Ooh, anger, what's hiding beneath you? What am I ashamed of? What am I scared to show? What am I hiding? What vulnerabilities am I hiding?" And then you'll see, oh, I've got shame about not feeling good enough because I got abused when I was younger, or something. This layers, and then you go deeper and deeper, and then you say, shame, what's hiding underneath you? And then you'll see it'll feel like deep sadness and feeling hurt and betrayed. So you just go deeper and deeper. Go deep through all the layers of the emotion. And when you get to the end of going through all the emotions, you come home. You come home. Home is here in the present moment. Home is the light that you are. Yeah. And then the second point is that coming back to the sensitive souls, being sensitive means that you can feel maybe the collective, or you can feel other people. You're a feeler. You feel your way through. And with that, sometimes, like right now, there's such a surge of energy releasing. I can feel it. Whew. Yeah. Maybe you can feel this release happening. So let it release, beautiful souls. So with this surge of releasing, you might have heightened sensitivity, and with that you might be sensitive in your eyes, you're sensitive in your skin, you might have allergies. Let me know if you have allergies, if they've heightened. And what that means is that you're becoming, your body is putting extra protection. Okay? That's what allergies is. Your body's got extra protection. And so you've gone extra sensitive to things that are happening in your environment. That's why you have allergies. So it's extra protection of the body. So then you might not be able to eat what you normally eat because you're hyperallergic. So you wanna be more supportive of your body. Like for me, I would recommend softer foods. Like if your body's hyperallergic, I would stay off things that are like spicy. I would have cooling things like coconut water or watermelon juice, and then just less involvement in the outer world and more quiet time, because then your body can know that all is well and that it doesn't need to protect itself so much, that all is safe. This is everything. Now I'm going to the question. The question is, I have a question about opening. And first of all, I just want to say thank you for all your questions. I really appreciate them. And now over the next few videos, I'm going to be answering all of your questions that you've been asking. So I have a question about opening the heart chakra. Can one experience pain in the chest from a heart chakra opening? Oh boy, yes, yes, yes. When I years ago when I first tried cacao, and cacao is a beautiful heart opener. It's actually very gentle. Like coffee is quite a strong one that raises your frequency, but actually like also is a strong stimulant. So it also works with the nervous system. Cacao is gentle, a gentle raising of the frequency. It also has a bit of caffeine in, but it doesn't bring the heart palpitations. And it's a cacao. I love cacao. I'm actually going to be at some point teaching a workshop on so that you can run your own cacao ceremonies, so that you can learn the recipes and work with the music that I play, the playlist, and I'll teach you how to host your own cacao ceremony. So you can host a ceremony for your friends or for your family, or like for a group, and earn money from it. So also email me if you want to get on the waiting list for the cacao ceremony. And so when I had the cacao for the very first time, I actually physically felt, it wasn't painful, but it was definitely like a physical sensation of the body, the heart chakra cracking open. And then, when you cry, like it's like feeling emotional, so emotional, deep sadness or loss, you feel physical pain in the heart, and it can also like run down the arms all the way to the hands. So yes, we feel deeply through our heart chakra. And when you open the heart chakra, and heart chakra can be opened through processing a deep emotion like sadness or grief, or the heart chakra can open through feeling infinite love and expansion for others. You will feel it deep in your heart. Yeah. And then the question goes to, I have been working on opening my heart chakra to let in more love and light. Good, beautiful soul. Keep going. That's what the angels are saying. Keep going. You're doing it. Last week I had pain in my chest, and then I felt movement, almost like a release, go from my heart area and move up to my throat. Yes, this is it. When we release something in one area, sometimes it moves up through another area and out. I've worked with a client once. I remember he was on my Reiki bed on the massage table. He was in so much pain. He had pain in his lower back, and the pain moved up his spine and out his body. Another person came to me, they had pain in their shoulder, and during the treatment, it was, I think, an online session, it moved to the elbow and then it moved out. So yes, this is what happens. Good that you're noticing. So then I felt something like pressure in the throat, and it lasted a few days or more. So that means you were still processing and releasing that stuff that had been collected and stored and blocked in the throat chakra, and you were noticing it. This is good. I don't think it was a heart attack, stroke, as not enough symptoms. Thank you, Natalie, for allowing us to send you questions. Oh, pleasure. Beautiful, deep release. Well done. Well done for not feeling scared, because often when we have physical symptoms, we get scared and we shut down. But all we actually need to go is the opposite of shutting down and say, I'm feeling things in my body. I'm allowing it to process through. And when we give it space and we allow it, it will move out naturally. It will clear out naturally. So well done, and thank you for asking me that question. So we've come to the end of our session today. Thank you for being a part of my community. And I know some of you are watching my videos and liking them and adding hearts and likes, but you're not subscribing. I totally understand if you're not in resonance. Don't subscribe if you don't feel it or feel the connection. But if you do feel in resonance, then you are very, very welcome to subscribe and be a part of this community. I welcome all of you with a big open heart, and I love that you're here. Thank you from my heart and soul. Namaste.